Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. Speaking of more wins, the Brewers keep on winning 3 in a row to close out the 4-game set with the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday afternoon, 5-2 the final. Dustin May gets the win on the mound in his debut with the Brewers after being acquired earlier this week at the MLB trade deadline from the St. Louis Cardinals. The Brewers are 72-43, 29 games over 500, entering play on August 7th. That's today. Brewers have the best record in Major League Baseball. The crew welcome the AL rival Minnesota Twins to American Family Field. First of a 3-game weekend set tonight, 6:40. First pitch for the Brewers and the Twins. Meanwhile, football, it is Packers family night up in Titletown. The Packers get inside Lambeau Field tonight. There's a big fireworks show, and there's some compelling storylines to keep an eye on. Running back depth, kicking, good, no good, does it matter? We'll talk about it on Wilde and Tausch starting right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do here?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Friday edition. Perhaps the final Cousin Subs Sub of the Day edition. Tausch scheduled to return from his summer sabbatical on Monday edition. But, you never know. Travel delays, whatever it might be. We look forward to his triumphant return whenever it occurs edition. But a legend. We couldn't get the other guy from Wipeout, but we got this guy edition. And the Family Night edition, as the Packers take on the Packers in a practice, and the last 10 plays or so will be live tackling with players that apparently they don't care if they get hurt edition. Of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the ESPN Wisconsin app, which is A, free, B, customizable, and C, can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores. I am Jason Wilde in Green Bay, back in the Wilde family basement studios. Great to be back here. Stella the Wonder Dog, very happy to have me home. Jesse Nelson, for what is this, the third straight day you've actually produced the program?
I'm off on Monday, by the way.
Sounds about right.
But
You've worked hard.
We're going to go till Tuesday before we have the whole squad back in action. Sorry about that.
Yeah. I've heard some sneak peeks, P-E-E-K, of the anniversary show. You did a great job, so thank you for all your hard work on that. And from somewhere near the Mizzou campus, he is the professor. He is, as Homer used to call him, Mr. 7'2½", and former star of Sports Center and Wipeout. He is our cousin sub of the day, cousin subs we believe in better. He is John Anderson. Johnny! How you doing, buddy?
Good. I can get you the other John if you want. I can get you Henson if you want to do him as a guest, or if you would like to do him as a co-host sometime. He would jump on. He is one of the biggest sports fans I know. He might still be drunk after the Knicks victory, like so many. He was, he sent me a picture of himself after that weeping. But I could get you if you're like, that's really something you need to have. I can get you that. I'm wired in. I can get you that guy.
I did take because we used to, even before, and I knew you peripherally because you're a Green Bay guy and all this, but, we didn't have the kinship that we have now when that show was popular, and I always enjoyed it. Like, I watched it not because of you, because we weren't really friends, we were acquaintances, but it was entertaining. People bouncing off giant rubber balls and landing in the water. That was entertaining to me. Slapstick.
Totally slapstick. And I've probably said this to you before, but John Henson is this huge pro. I mean, and all he wants to do is be funny. And he would slave over a line, over a joke. And I'm like, John, you realize no matter how funny this is, people are still going to be laughing from the guy that just bounced off a ball and wrecked himself in the mud, and they're not going to hear a word you said, which was so deflating to him. But he would still work and craft that joke. And then, we'd be doing it, and people would, in the control room, you could hear them laugh. I'm like, see, they're not even, you could literally be just talking gibberish right now, and it wouldn't matter. But God bless you want to make the funniest joke. Good for him.
You're a naturally funny guy yourself. You're not a professional comedian. That's not what your training is in. But are you funnier from working with him?
I don't know that I'm funnier than working for him. I have a appreciation for comics that I didn't have before. I'm fortunate. Obviously, I know John, and then there's a former Mizzou wrestler whose name is Greg Warren, who does a lot of stuff with Nate Bargatze now, and he's a comedian. And I watch those guys, and I am kind of like, okay, that's different, because when you talked about, like, you can be fun. Anybody can be funny once. If somebody falls on a banana peel or runs into the telephone pole while they're walking, somebody can say something funny. But these guys, you just hand them a banana and they can give you 10 jokes, or hand them a beer bottle and they can give you 10 jokes. And that makes them a different kind of cat, right? Just because I can throw a football doesn't mean I can play in the NFL. So there's a whole different level with those guys, and I have an appreciation for the craft, literally what it is, the craft that they do.
Now,
I'm just naturally hilarious, by the way. That's just, that just comes, unless you sit with my mother, who's just like, God, I've heard it all before. Don't laugh at him. He's not funny. You're only going to encourage him, right? I get that kind of motherly love that we all get from our parents all the time. So, yeah, don't laugh at him. You're just going to encourage him. So
I'm not going to criticize your mother. She's a big fan of me, and I don't have that many. So,
dude, I told her I was doing this Friday, and she's like, oh, her friend Becky, who they get to go to, Taco Tuesday over at the right place. And she's like, oh, Becky's going to be so jealous because I know Jason Wilde. I'm like, just take out the picture and just rub it in, Mom. Just rub it in. That if you really wanted to, you could get a hold of Jason Wilde by the end of the day. Just let her know. That'd be great. So she's out there. She's just out there flexing, walking around like a peacock because she knows Jason Wilde, and her dear friend does not. But the dear friend likes you just as much, and that's kind of funny.
Well, shout out to Becky and the right place there on Alloway, and what is that? What Alloway?
But this is how bad that place is. My mom, I was home. So Tuesday we ate in. She cooked because she had somebody to cook for. And a person called and said, hey, you're not at Taco Tuesday because the average age, the median age of that place is if you don't show up 2 weeks in a row, they start checking the obits. And so she's literally like, I got to go back next week or people are really going to start to worry. So you get like one unexcused absence. And if it's two, you got to let people know, because the right place, they kind of, it's a dicey demo.
They start checking the obits. All right, you did not have to check the obits for me, but I believe you were at practice on Monday.
Yeah.
And you were, I don't want to say misinformed, and maybe even a little irritated with me that you were there and I didn't say hello.
I
wasn't there.
I thought that because of the show, like I didn't know where that. I thought just come. I don't know how you operate. I don't know your troop movements during that.
So I when I'm there's an example of me working hard at practice. I do part of the show from practice, which the Packers have been great at giving me that opportunity and understanding the challenges of trying to be both a beat writer and a radio host. You need to be able to see practice. But on Monday, I was at the ESPN Madison Open at TPC, Wisconsin, in support of a great charity, Paul's Party. And so you sent me that picture of you at practice, and I won't go so far as to say I was crestfallen, but I was definitely disappointed because I would have enjoyed getting to hang out with you. And I obviously did not get that opportunity because then you were gone and I was there, and then you went back to Missouri and I didn't get to see you. So bummer for me. But what were your let's get your insightful observations before we get too far into the show. What did you pick up from Monday's practice that I did not attend?
Well, that both Domofsky's kids are doing well as they enter their senior season at Lawrence playing basketball, and the other one at Eau Claire. So I picked that up. That I picked up Megan Roberson, who works on the event side, that her golf game is in good shape. That Russ Ball, his brother, has got 2 crazy new commercials on here in Columbia that we were able to discuss. Daryl Franklin, the chief of staff, who is a Missouri broadcast guy. So we talked about the state of the program down here. I don't know. I most of practice went on behind me. I heard Smack hit an upright, and then my wife yelling at him, "You have one job." And I'm like, "Honey, I don't think you're supposed to heckle from the sidelines here, like you're in section 114." But she's really got her eye on the kickers. But she did. I had my back turned, right, the unmistakable thud or clank as it goes off. Mm-hmm. And then I hear, "You have one job." I'm like, Tamara, like, you can't yell at him like that. So
have that woman removed.
Well, that's why they're not saying good and no good anymore.
I got to catch up with Sarah Koenig, right? And I'm like, okay, got to change the contacts with that last name. So I did a lot of visiting and some watching. First day in pads, how can you tell? I am notorious, and I don't know, honestly, I don't know how you do this because I've always been kind of jilted. You get this, Rashawn Gary looks great. I'm like, Rashawn Gary is going against upside-down trash cans. I don't know how we can tell he looks great. Lucas Van Ness, somebody he's made at least one play during every practice so far. I'm like, well, that's usually kind of the game thing, too. He makes maybe one play every game. And so to kind of sift through that and determine, and I guess it takes a learned eye, what's there and what is real and who actually looks good and who's actually done some things. You can tell some stuff, right? Tucker Kraft, is he running around? Has he got a hitch in his giddy up? But to really get a feel if there's anything, I think it's really hard to judge, to jump in on one practice. So, I watched a lot of Chris McClellan because he's he's Mizzou and he's new. I watch him and I'm like, wow, he was great, man. He got through the blocking sled and he tackled the tackling dummy really well. Does that make him an all-pro and rookie of the year? Have no idea. So from what I saw, it was like, looked like a team that knows what they were doing, right? Didn't have to no point did LaFleur blow a whistle and goes, "Come on, guys, you're idiots. Let's run this again." But so maybe it's because I don't watch it like you do all the time. I'm not breaking down how many completions they had on 7-on-7 passing drills. I went through and thought, okay, they look good. But I said to Russ Ball, "Are we any good? How do you know?" You have some idea from what they were, right? People are back. Mm-hmm. You're like, that team should be okay. I don't think we're not a 1-15 squad, but what they are hey, there's Carrington Valentine on a bike and doing sit-ups. Okay, does that mean you're going to be able to play corner? So I don't have any really great insights from the practice other than, there seemed to be great enthusiasm, and at no point did the coach, have to stop and do anything. They seemed very businesslike, which I think is what I would expect if somebody asked me beforehand, what do you think LaFleur practice would be like? Although I did at one point listen to whatever music was being blasted out, and it was some hip hop guy that I do not have in my personal collection. And I thought, I wonder if this is what Lombardi played back in the day. Do you think he just piped in music in practice? In all
Sinatra,
three of them? Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yep. Here's a little Dino coming through. I did wonder, though, by the way, because you're like, practice is done, right? It's 10:30, and now it's 12:30. Boom, whistle, they're off the field. And you're like, how are they covering for when they had two-a-days or when they practiced more? And I look at that, and I'm like, no wonder sometimes I look at football, especially earlier, and go, wow, this is sloppy. I think it shows that, God bless your CBA and all that other stuff, but how they get all that done in 2 hours with minimal hitting, and
they don't, John.
Cool,
they don't.
But it is I think it suffers.
I mean, if somewhere in between what Tausch did, which again was 26 years ago that he was a rookie, but he shows up for camp and it's 8:45 and 2:45 in pads for 4 days in a row. Yeah. Somewhere between that and what they do now is probably the Goldilocks spot, right? Then it was too much, now it's too little. Whatever just right would be, they're not doing it. Now, Matt LaFleur does do something that I asked him about yesterday, which is at 6:15 every night they go into Lambeau and they do a walkthrough. And he was talking about how it's a cool environment and it's good for the guys to be in there, and it's only a walkthrough, but still there's something about that place, and it's a good reminder to the guys of the special place they play and everything else. But the fact of the matter is it's not the same workload. It's just not. And I think, to your point, what we see early in seasons is indicative of that. And they're okay with it. And again, look, you see the stories about Amon Green with Parkinson's and Chris Johnson with ALS. And I am not a doctor. I don't play one on the radio, and I certainly haven't done the research. But I think you can at least think that maybe those are tied together, of what they do for a living when they're younger and what they're facing now. And so I am not here to say, look, you guys should be cracking skulls like the principal in Breakfast Club all the time, and because that would be bad. And they've got the Guardian caps now. Like, I've talked about this a bunch, but the fact that I covered a football game in which Don Beebe was knocked unconscious in the first half and caught the game-winning touchdown in the second half to beat the Lions, and at no point did I think, maybe that's not good for someone's brain, right, tells me that I'm complicit in that. But it's better than what it used to be, but when it comes to getting them ready for football season, it's like tonight. LaFleur says, well, it's going to be the young guys that are going to do tackling. Okay, but all kidding aside, like, that is basically the message. It's like that year that they played up in Winnipeg with the Klinkster, and the field, there were like holes in the field from where the goalpost was for Canadian football, and they had 33 guys sit out, but the rest of the guys, hey, if you get hurt, sorry, but you can play. So I think it's a really good observation. I would also say that when I go to practice, I'm not. Bill Huber does a phenomenal job. Like, he keeps every stat. He is dialed in. I'm more kind of 30,000 feet, and if I see Brandon Cisse making a couple plays and playing well in one-on-ones, then I start to get a feel for what he is. And he's taken advantage of his number one reps when Nixon didn't practice the first day and Valentine hasn't practiced since dropping out on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, he has shown, you can see why they drafted him. You can also see he's got a ways to go. I don't know what exactly his completion allowed numbers are, but you could get a feel for him if you're there every day. And I think that's kind of at least how I do it, and everybody does it differently. All right, so we got a lot we want to get to with you. I will use your private time to call you and ask you about teaching, since there appears to be a good chance I'll have a course at UW Green Bay in the spring.
Nice.
So shout out to my neighbor and friend who just happens to be a dean at the school, who thinks that this is a good idea. But we want to get to a lot of Packers stuff. Obviously, with John Anderson as our cousin sub of the day, as we get ready for Tausch's triumphant return, and we get ready for our 10th anniversary special, which Jesse worked so hard on. That will air tomorrow from 9 until noon across ESPN Wisconsin. And Jesse did a great job putting all that together, so we appreciate that. All right, we will get into more of Packers training camp and more with John Anderson, our cousin sub of the day, cousin subs, we believe in better, after we hear from Tausch telling us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It's Wilde and Tausch. Stick around.
Mark Tausch here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. While you're shopping for new windows and doors, should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing and honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors, they also sell them, install them, and service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tausch here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, training camp practices and preseason games are great opportunities for the guys up in Green Bay to make sure they're fully ready for the regular season. If they didn't work on things now, there could be some big mistakes that happen in the regular season when the games count. Well, the same goes for car maintenance. Get your vehicle checked before you go on that long road trip or an issue comes up during an important, busy time in your life. And there's no better vehicle service team than the team I trust over at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Get a tune-up, check the battery, check your tires, change the oil, make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape so you can focus on the fun of getting from place to place for whatever your next adventure holds and not allowing vehicle trouble to disrupt you. Schedule a service appointment, view vehicle inventory, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Fix any issues before it counts. When it comes to your vehicle, take my word for it and trust the fantastic team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy's annual Top Prospect Camp is Sunday, October 11th, bringing together some of the best talent from across the Midwest. The camp is open to high school position players, pitchers, and catchers in the 2027 through 2030 graduating classes. Space is limited and registration closes once capacity is reached. Don't miss your chance to compete and showcase your skills among the best of the Midwest. Register today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Madison's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Will the Brewers get over the hump this season?
Everything they've done this year is to say, can this team beat LA? That is the goal.
Continue listening to the First Place Crew all season, right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
The great John Anderson is our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. August 8th, 2016 was the debut of this here program. You were in the prime of your Sports Center career 10 years ago, weren't you?
If there was a prime, I was in the middle of my time there.
I would have bet $1 million that you were going to say if there was a prime. The self-deprecating joke just writes itself.
I will ask this, though, as I listened to the first guest of Aaron Rodgers. On August 8th, 2016, and I had said, who will still be playing, you and Wilde and Tausch or Aaron Rodgers? What would my bet, would my money, that both of you were still in business?
Yeah, I'll say this. I did not expect him to finish his career elsewhere. I thought that after watching the Favre saga, that they would just ride until the wheels fell off. That did not end up happening, and obviously 2 unsuccessful years in New York, 1 somewhat successful year in Pittsburgh, and now back for another year in Pittsburgh because his wife Brittany told him it was okay for him to play another season with Mike McCarthy, the new Steelers head coach. I did not see it taking those twists and turns. Certainly there's been some other changes that he's undergone that I was not necessarily anticipating. I would have said the point he made in that interview, predicting that we would last about 230 episodes. Like every good joke, there's a little bit of truth to it, and I make this joke all the time because there is truth to it. Like, I'm sorry that Tausch tore his ACL twice in contract years, 2002 and again I think in 2008, because let's be honest, if he was one of the best right tackles in all of football. And if he cashes in the way he should have on those contracts, he doesn't need this show and doesn't need me.
That's why he's still doing this show. Okay.
And so I am sad that that's what he had to deal with as a player. Still had a great 11-year career. But I have always wondered how long will he do this? Because I don't have any other options. Like, that's great. Go teach a class at UWGB. You know, but I need this job. I need it for at least another decade. So I'm going to guess that there will be some sort of Rodgers to Jordan Love transition of Tausch to perhaps Bulaga, who replaced him at right tackle. But I don't know how much of this he will listen to, hopefully none, as he travels back. But I brag all the time. You'll actually hear this conversation between Tausch and I in the anniversary show tomorrow, and he gets to tell his side of the story that I tell all the time, which was Craig Karmazin and Evan Cohen telling me, if you can do a show with anybody on the planet, who would you pick? And I picked him because he's smart, he's funny, he's insightful, he's just so good at this. And so I'm lucky that we've done the 10 years, but I did not see the career arc of Aaron Rodgers. I didn't see him reuniting with his family. I didn't see him doing a different type of Tuesday program than the one that he and I did. There have been some twists and turns along the way.
Yeah. Did you pay him?
Nevertheless,
did you pay him $1 million a year, by the way, to be when you guys did it? Was it as handsomely?
We did pay him. I was not in charge of negotiations, but I can assure you it was a smaller number than that. And in my opinion, because we would talk about a lot of actual football and specific plays to take advantage of it. I mean, his photographic memory is unparalleled. And look, Pat McAfee's extremely successful. He doesn't need any tips from me. But one thing that I wish we did, was him, and especially with the video component that they have today, him taking you through plays is one of the coolest things I've ever gotten to do in my career. Just sit and listen to him, because the way he can recall things is unparalleled. And there are other things that they tend to talk about on that show, but that would be really nice, because it's just so fascinating to hear him go through from what he sees pre-snap to the completion of the play. It's incredible. It really is. So
I think in a lot of those guys, especially football, because they have so much to digest, right? I watch golfers, and that's not that hard. I've got one shot, here's my play. Now, their recall's still amazing, right? They can recall a shot that they hit in 1992 at the Greater Greensboro Open on a Wednesday Pro-Am. But it's them and that golf ball. And to listen sometimes to those guys talk, whether it's Peyton Manning or any of these guys that do it, Drew Brees, who's been in recently with the Hall of Fame. And it takes them 3 minutes to describe what they saw when they come up with the line. And to think they did that, though, in a second. They came out with that and just clocked it 2 seconds. And they know that whole thing. But it takes 3 minutes to explain. And that's before anybody started to move. You see sometimes where they go, like, the guy's just not picking it up, or why it's too fast for him, because you're like, yeah, that seems like that's a lot of stuff. And then I don't know if you've seen the other side of the ball, but those guys come at you with bad intentions, and that can make you lose your mind a little bit. So it's extraordinary what those guys do.
One thing that Rodgers did not have a lot of success at was family night. Tramon Williams picked him off in 2007. Then, of course, there was 2008, which, again, one of my favorite stories with Jordan Love was when I was telling him what happened when Favre landed and came to family night and couldn't get in the locker room, and he had to sit up in a suite. And I didn't do a good job of explaining it, and Jordan asked, wait, he landed in a helicopter on the field? No, he landed at the airport and then drove to the stadium. But that would have been even more dramatic than what that family night was in 2008, where people were booing their own starting quarterback because they wanted Brett. And young Jesse Nelson would have been among them had he been here. Have you ever actually attended a family night during your trips home to Green Bay?
Not when it's been called family night. When it used to be that kind of public scrimmage, I've been to it, but not since it's become the carnival that it is now. The celebration of touch football and the running routes and drills like that. No, I have not been to that. But I've had people ask me, do you have tickets to that? Can you get tickets to that? So it is that. I think it's something that is truly uniquely Green Bay for sure. One of the many things, but it's absurd how many people will be there.
It started in 1999 in its current form. Certainly before that, like you mentioned, they had their scrimmages that I remember Holmgren doing. I was just at the practice field, and all the Railbirds were there for that. Interrupted in 2002 and 2003 for the stadium renovation. And then, obviously, they didn't have it for the COVID season either. But it's a pep rally. And our mutual friend, Brian Bulaga, ruined the whole thing. It's all his fault. 100% all Brian Bulaga, because he went out there in a goal line drill, and I'm obviously being facetious. He tore his ACL on Family Night 2013. And that was the end of scrimmaging. And, by the way, right decision. Because losing a player of his caliber at a carnival, which is an accurate way to describe it, you don't want that. And I understand they got to play football and they got to figure out ways to get ready for the season. But that was I've never seen a pall cast over Family Night, including when storms roll through and everyone has to move into the concourse, which seemed to happen almost every year for a while there. As when they lost Brian. I mean, it was just terrible, and I don't blame them for making it a practice. One more thing about this, so we can move forward. Is it just me, or is it a little bit goofy that there is a line of demarcation of these guys were okay with playing tackle football, and these other guys were not? Am I wrong to view it that way?
No, I think those guys. If you want to make the team, then that's what you get to do. You know, it's the old ESPN saying that we got all the time. Not everybody gets treated equally. Everybody gets treated fairly. And so Chris Berman doesn't have to play tonight, but John Anderson might have to, right? And so I don't think that. Yeah, you want to earn your spot when you come through. By the way, as old as I am, when you think of Family Night, I'm like, no, we didn't have Family Night. When I was a kid, we had 6 preseason games. We just went to the damn game. Instead of that, because they had 6 of them at one point. But no, I get there's a pecking order. That's fine. I get it. You want to play pro ball? That seems like to me a small sacrifice that I got to go be one of those guys. You know, I looked at. You think the Hall of Fame guys last night that played cared that Hughes or whatever it was that had to go in and take most of the reps, or Carson Beck? Like, no, dude, you want to be in the job? Go at it, right? I didn't mind working on ESPN News. There was a line of demarcation. Do you want to get better? Yeah. You want to get the shot? Yeah. Go. Then guess what? You're going to do some 4-hour shows by yourself on ESPN News. I don't have any problem with that.
There will be a number of those players that will be doing the ESPN News version of the scrimmage, including Drew Bibber, who is a tight end who played at Purdue and Minnesota, who is from Cedarburg, worked out for the team 2 days before camp started, did not get signed, drove back down I-43 full of disappointment, and then got a call the other day, and now he's on the team, and he'll be taking part in Family Nights. So those are the cool stories that I always enjoy. I do want to get into someone else who's never participated in a Family Night before, and that would be the backflip master and oft-injured MarShawn Lloyd, who we will talk about coming up. After I tell you, speaking of injuries, if you've been injured, there's one call to make. To Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, or go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more about David and Steven and the whole team over there. They're so great, and they're so involved in our communities and connected to all of our sports teams. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. More with John Anderson, our cousin sub of the day. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We've never seen anyone like The Miz.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Strikeout number 11 for Jacob Mizorowski. Stand and applaud.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buck & Honey's. We'll see you there.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Here's the thing, buying jewelry should feel good, not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at AnnexWealth.com.
Did the Brewers whiff at the trade deadline?
Dodgers are willing to pay more to win. Nobody is stopping the Brewers from paying more to win. They are the bargain Brewers. Everything the Brewers do is on a bargain.
Continue reacting right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
We'll play a little trivia coming up, and then we will get to MarShawn Lloyd because I want to be able to spend a little more time on him. But since John mentioned his lovely wife critiquing the comedic stylings / upright smacking, kicking of Trey Smack, and I'm not proud of the tone I took with Matt LaFleur when I asked him about the fact that they had 2 guys that made kicks for him in games that counted, and you got rid of both of them. There's no competition. They're not signaling at practice whether or not the ball went through the uprights or not. You've got the special teams coordinator telling us it's not so much about whether the ball goes through, it's about how he's striking the ball, which, again, I don't care if that is true. It just is it's like saying the quiet part out loud. Like, it just makes things worse. So as you consume the Trey Smack story as an interested observer, how do you view what the Packers have done at kicker?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the year, this is why you have to have smart GM people and smart office, because the fan of me is like, get rid of every one of them, right? Like, start over. They're all terrible, right? So you got to divorce yourself from that, which is hard if you're the public at large, which when it comes to the Packers, that's how I view myself, as like, yep, I'm surprised. I was surprised when LaFleur came out and had the whistle. I'm like, I thought maybe I had gotten rid of that after the Bear game, which, by the way, I'm still emotionally unavailable to discuss.
Nice.
But and to some degree, I'm like, yeah, okay, start new. The problem is you tried that with, who's the kid that Carlson, right? And that went disastrously. And you could essentially say we've been in that spiral ever since, right? That in that first go-round that we're just right back where it was. So that they did that, that's fine. I think, to me, kicker is the one of the positions, but it seems like that's the easiest transition. If anything gets easier, you don't have to worry about wide hash marks. The job, I think, gets easier in the pros. So I don't understand why they can't solve it. I don't know how much I had faith in either of those two guys, even though they had made it, that they had made kicks. If this kid comes in and makes it through the whole season, bully on them. But I bet, like athletic directors always have a list with a couple of extra coaches in the front, in the top drawer. I'm pretty sure that Goody's probably got names of those guys if this doesn't go right. Some of that I think is ridiculous if they're purposely not, signaling made or not made. Although I do think that's pretty apparent when you watch it. I don't know that you need that guy. I always joke, if you go to a track meet, there's a little white guy down there with a white flag and a red flag at the high jump bar. And if you knock it off, he puts up the red flag. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could tell if that, it's pretty self-evident. But I'm glad we've got a judge on this just to, reinforce that the bar on the ground is a bad thing. So I guess that part is comical to me, that you would do that. I also don't buy we're just watching the strike, right? The PGA Tour is full of great ball strikers, but at some point you got to be a shot maker, and that's what I think for that guy is like, yeah, great. You're hitting it perfect. I've hit drives perfect too. But they can go farther into the woods or farther into the water. So, but they're an odd bunch, right? Let's face it. Kickers are demented. And so if you figure that's how you got to do the care and feeding of that guy, then I guess it's fine. But that's another position where, man, until it's Sunday afternoon, great. Make them all in practice. Good for you, right? They bring in the next kicker when the tryout, and you're like, that guy hit 41 of 42. And then he goes out in the first one, and, so.
Right.
If that's how they deem that they have to do it, but it does seem like we are really, it's a cushy berth into the NFL if that's how we are transitioning and that's how we are handling that. But some people take it. I'm the other way. Like, if I do something wrong, I would like somebody to sit down and tell me, dude, you screwed that up. Don't screw it up again. Rather than the whole, we think you can do better, John, and that you can realize your full potential, Well, good. Then don't signal if I've made it or not.
Yeah, and look, we're not the smartest group of dudes on the sideline, but we've cracked the code. We have a couple of people stand right at the spot of the kick, and then we have someone else, usually me, stand at the far end of the field behind the goalpost to see whether it goes in or not. So it's not really preventing the information from being discerned. I just think the messaging, again, perception can be reality, and the messaging here is we're doing everything we can to coddle our rookie kicker. And by the way, he kicks in Lambeau when we're not there, and apparently, again, if they are to be believed, he's kicking great in there. Great. Yeah. That's where he's going to be doing half of his kicking this season. So they're not playing any games at Ray Nitschke Field. So that's great. But again, when you put a player in this position with expectations and pressure, this is oftentimes what happens. He is not the first young player to struggle in the NFL as he makes the transition, whether he's a corner or a safety or a wide receiver or a quarterback or a kicker. It's just easier to tell when the kicker doesn't do his job.
Yeah, but do you know, maybe it is, and I this is just spitballing, but maybe it's because from the angle always, if you are sitting in the stands, it can be harder to when they roll out the goalpost, and all of a sudden the guy outside of banging it off the upright when you need it. Maybe if you do miss, but you don't want that crowd groaning, you don't want that response from them. Because there'd be a lot of that if it doesn't go through. So maybe they just want to keep everything positive along those 2 hours that's in there, or that 8 minutes.
What are they going to do tonight?
What are they going to do tonight? But that's also a real time thing that maybe you need to hear that. So they are. Coddling is a great word. It feels like they are making sure that But listen. Mental health issues are different than they were when I was a kid. So, but I don't know that I feel great about the position just yet.
Right.
I've always been a proponent when the 2-point conversion, you should go every time, or not until like the last 2 minutes when you absolutely need it. Right? People botch the 2-point conversion all the time. It's the worst analytically done for math gurus that think they know what they're doing. They make it too complicated. But anyway, so maybe that's it. Let's just go for 2 every time and see how it works out.
I've seen Mason Crosby have a terrible family night, and people start to get restless and boo. I would just say this. I know Jesse once tried to get this guy fired, but Pat Murphy, as he said about Christian Yelich, I would say I'm not here to tell people what to do tonight, but if Trey Smack struggles, I don't think booing will help. So I'm sure he can use your support. Maybe he'll go 9 for 9, and the narrative will flip just like that. But we'll have to wait and see how family night plays out. All right, Jesse, you want to play some trivia?
I would. We get a double dose of trivia today because we'll also have our Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions coming up later in the program as that continues with our quarterfinals. So this is just our regular trivia today, presented by Cousin Subs. The category in honor of our 10th anniversary celebration tomorrow. We're going to play this game later in the show, but we get a preview version now. Name that year of the last 10 years of Wilde and Tausch history. All your options, multiple choice from 2016 to 2026. Name that year. Later, it's served up by Sendix. Now, it's Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
All right, well, it's year 10. I mean, it's technically season 11 starting on Monday or Sunday because we will mark our 10th anniversary on the 8th. But let's take caller 10 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 10 will play Name That Year Trivia presented by Cousin Subs after we hear from Tausch telling us about American Family Insurance. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Sundays at Lambeau just got even better thanks to American Family Insurance. Enter the Dream Weekend Sweepstakes for your chance at the ultimate Packers game day experience. Winners score tickets to the November 15th game, a pregame tailgate in Titletown, a signed Jordan Love jersey, historical Packer tours, swag, and more. Your dream weekend is waiting. Don't miss it. No purchase is necessary. Enter by 11:59 Central Time on October 14th of 2026. See official rules and enter at amfam.com/Packers.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here, and even though I'm off the show today, it's family night in Green Bay. That's as good a reason as I can think of to celebrate Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. Stick around to hear some of the best feel-good stories of the week coming up to close out today's show. Well, I am not spending my time off painting my house because our family trusted Holman Lindsay's great team of pro painters. Super easy to get in touch with, and they do a tremendous job. All you have to do is stop into any Madison area Holman Lindsay location, ask a member of the team, and they'll help get you in touch with the best pro for your job. From hot summer days to brisk winter nights, Holman Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why we can say Holman Lindsay truly is Wisconsin's best paint. Holman Lindsay, great paint, great people, and check them out at holmanlindsay.com. Stick around for a family night Feel Good Friday, coming up to close out today's show, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Wisconsin football began its fall camp Thursday morning at Camp Randall Stadium, and here are my 3 big takeaways from day 1. Number 1, QB Colton Joseph has improved since spring. He was more consistent and showed big play potential, but also had a bad interception. Number 2, the offensive line play excelled. Joseph had time to throw, and the running backs had holes most of the day. And finally, number 3, Sean West, the punter. He could be a weapon, folks. He had multiple 70-yard boots. Don't sleep on special teams.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
My dad says locks and cameras help protect buildings, but security is really about protecting people.
Hi, this is Jeffrey Beckman, owner at J&K Security Solutions. Protecting people is at the heart of everything we do. From fire alarms and surveillance systems to access control and intelligent video monitoring, J&K has helped keep homes and businesses safe across southern Wisconsin since 1987. Visit jksecurity.com.
J&K Security Solutions. Security with a personal touch.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've spent a lifetime putting in the work. Right now, score one of the best deals of summer with the Iron Jock Basics Bundle. Get a premium t-shirt, a pair of performance boxers, and crew socks, all for just $57.50. Iron Jock gear is built for comfort with moisture-wicking fabric, 4-way stretch, and silver ion technology that helps you fight odor-causing bacteria. It's everyday performance at an unbeatable price. Don't wait. Head to ironjock.com and grab your basic bundle today.
Molly Brown here for Metro Kia of Madison. Metro Kia is Madison's trusted Kia dealership, and they are home to the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Looking to purchase, finance, or service your vehicle? Metro Kia of Madison is the place to go. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned Kia, you can browse their extensive inventory and find this month's specials at metrokiaofmadison.com. That's metrokiaofmadison.com. Find your new vehicle at your trusted Kia dealership on the east side of Madison today.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight Solar now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
What are you talking about? Kickers.
We talking about practice.
In practice?
You're talking about practice situations.
You're listening to Madison's home for Packers fans. 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Without further ado, it's been a big week for this guy. I saw him at practice with his kids. He was our celebratory message. And now he's a contestant on Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousins Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. National Sandwich Month is here. Cousins Club members earn exclusive rewards throughout August. Join now by downloading the Cousin Subs app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Yes, happy National Sandwich Month to those who celebrate. Let's welcome in Eric in Green Bay, today's trivia contestant. Ian GB, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Jason?
I am good. I need to send you a note after the show as well. All right, here we go. Name that year, in the immortal words of Mark Tauscher, Gulak. Question 1. In which year did Milwaukee Brewers legend and childhood hero of one Jason J. Wilde, Robin Yountz, make his surprise debut on Wilde and Tausch as the Brewers made a trip deep into the postseason? Was that year 2018, 2025, or 1982? We've been doing this show a lot longer than you thought.
Well, 2018 was the NLCS year, so let's go with that.
Correctamundo. 1 for 1. Question 2 is this. In which year did ESPN MLB insider Jeff Passan, who's the GOAT, he's so good, appear on Wilde and Tausch and first suggest that Jacob Misiorowski could be the best pitcher in Major League Baseball? Did Jeff Passan say that in 2026?
2023.
Didn't
I'm thinking 2023.
Jacob Misiorowski, by the way, did not debut for the Brew Crew until 2025. Jeff Passan said that 2 years earlier. Knows his stuff. So do you so far, Eric. Question 3. Let's see if you can clean sweep it. In which year was Packers tight end Jared Cook served a fried chicken head among his wings at a local Green Bay eatery? Did that occur in 2016, 2017, or 2018?
That was 16.
He only spent one season in Green Bay and had that great catch in Dallas, and he also, yes.
Roger rolling left, yeah.
The photo of him with the chicken, that is indeed, there's a beak and everything right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oops.
So I'd like to give a shout out here to the Dam Sports Show on ESPN Beaver Dam. Wally and Ashley, I joined them every Thursday, and I asked them what they were up to in 2016, and Ashley mentioned Jared Cook and the chicken, and I said, "What are you talking?" I did not know that was a thing, and so that was where this whole inspiration for that question today stemmed from yesterday afternoon. And then I went down a whole rabbit hole looking up this entire. You guys did like a whole show about that in October of 2016.
Indeed, it was really something. That was when social media, there was a lot of fun stuff there, and this was. And a few months later, Jared Cook had one of the greatest, most important, consequential catches in Packers playoff history, with Rodgers drawing up a play in the AstroTurf at AT&T Stadium to set up the game-winning field goal by Mason Crosby. You're 3 for 3. That means you got 4 entries into our drawing, which Jesse will do a little bit later in the program. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate you.
You bet. If I can just do a quick shout-out, too, speaking of greatness, though, for John Anderson. You guys have an awesome list of cousin subs, but I was a kid in the early 2000s, so, I grew up with John Anderson Sports Center, and, dude is just always, John, you're positive, you're insightful. It's just, those sports centers, that was, great. That was great through grade school through grad school for me, so You've been narrating sports throughout my entire childhood and for a lot of formative years. So it's cool to be on when you are. So thank you.
That's really nice. Thank you, Eric. That's kind of you to say.
You bet.
But what do they say? Hookers in old buildings. They just get more. As they age, they become respectable. So. And by the way, when that happens, though, I do say this. I don't know if I should thank you or apologize, but it's one of those two things. So I appreciate the kind words.
That may be the first time I've ever heard the phrase "from grade school through grad school."
Like Brett Favre.
Speaks to your Iron Man long time nature on Sports Center. Are you going to get to do one of these Sports Center? This was Sports Center podcasts with your old buddy Rich Eisen. Is there another season coming? Did you do it and I missed it?
I have not done it. I don't know that there's more coming. I think some of it was more during Rich's time, and we overlapped some. We worked together a couple of years, maybe one or two. I can remember though when he left for the NFL Network, and I just thought, why would you leave that seat? Like, arguably, outside of Dan at that time, maybe Kenny, there weren't many people. Why would you do that? And it's the first time I'd seen negotiations at that kind of level going on. I was like, wow, I might be in over my head in terms of that, just being a bumpkin. And when he left, I'm like, oh, I can't, dude, that's a risky thing. And then you go back. Let's see, you're going to join a network that's got all the money of the NFL behind it. It's the most popular sport in the country. The fact that I looked at that and went, I can't believe you're going to do that, when it should have been, how did my agent not get on the ground floor of that? Instead of thinking, gosh. But I thought that would a couple of times. There was another guy that had re-signed, and the numbers kind of came out in-house. And I'm like, my God, if I ever made that money, I would never bitch once in my life, Turns out I made that kind of money, and I did bitch. So so you're like, okay, I guess there's a lot to go on with that, but I don't know. But it's fascinating to hear him go back and listen. I'm always enthralled by some of the old stories that happened before I got there. I do think I was really fortuitous in that my time there was when I got to see all the original kind of OGs, guard, and then was there moving forward, but. And during the pandemic, I did a show with Oberman, and I'm like, okay, I've hit all the old ones. I did a post Super Bowl with Dan Patrick and worked with him, and Stuart and Rich. Even before that, with Larry Beal, Charlie Steiner, Jack Edwards, all these. So I managed, Gary Miller, I might have missed. Craig Kilborn was gone, but for the most part, any of those guys. I hit, which was great. And if you'll indulge me, I did late after I'd announced I was leaving, I did a hit with Berman, and I did a segment. And it was after O.J. Simpson died, right? And so you're trying to put in perspective through all this stuff that as a football player, he was really quite amazing and a Hall of Famer had his career. And he goes, and by the way, when we're done, I want to talk about you leaving thing. Cool. So we do the whole bit.
Berman, by the way.
And then he comes over, right? And everybody is a Berman. Just everybody. I'm not even in the top 10. Anyway, he gets done. He goes, so I saw the thing. He goes, good for you for getting out. And he goes, I don't know if you remember. I probably said this. I said to all of you guys, when you go out there the first time, just don't F it up. And so he looks at me. He goes, so I just want to tell you, 25 years. That's a hell of a thing, and you never effed it up. Good job. And I'm like, that might be the best goodbye speech I got from anybody. Yes. The best compliment. 25 years, I didn't F it up. There you go. What else do you need? Put that on your headstone. 25 years, he didn't F it up. But you got to do it. Yeah, what? Yeah, Tommy. You got to be able to do all that stuff with it. But yeah, to hear it. And I called about 3 of the guys that I had worked with previously, and some of the producers were like, dude, I just had this conversation. I didn't really have a conversation. I was listening from Berman. And they all just, fall down funny to hear it because everybody can picture him saying it. But yeah, I did 25 years. Good job. So maybe if you hit 25 years on Wilde and Tausch, I don't know who it will be, but they'll go, yay, Wilde, Tausch. Nice, 25 years. You didn't F it up. Good job.
And by the way, I'm here to tell you we've effed it up plenty of times during the existence of this show. Start with Cindy Crawford's conversation with us. Yes. All right. We need to get to the 10 o'clock hour, and you need to get to Steinhafels because football season is right around the corner, and now is the time to upgrade your game day setup. During the Steinhafels Make It Your Own event, build the perfect recliner, sectional, or sofa for watching every game. Pick the fabric, choose the features, and make it yours. Right now, you'll save 10% off or more store-wide, plus an extra 5% off purchases of $999 or more. Shop your nearest Steinhafels location or visit steinhafels.com. Relax. It's Steinhafels. Relax. We'll kick off the 10 o'clock hour with John Anderson and as our cousin sub of the day, and we'll do it in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door!
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. It is Green Bay Packers family night tonight up at Lambeau Field. The team practicing inside of Lambeau Field in front of a large crowd. Not sure it'll be capacity, but a large crowd on hand tonight to watch the Packers practice inside the iconic venue in all of sports. Plenty to talk about, including the kicker situation, running back depth, and a whole lot more. We'll do it with Jason Wilde and John Anderson in as the cousin sub of the day for Tausch. Coming up on Wilde and Tausch here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to noon, the Wilde and Tausch 10th anniversary special, reflecting on 10 years of this show's run. 9 a.m. to noon tomorrow on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers continue their homestand with a 3-game set hosting the Minnesota Twins tonight at American Family Field. 6:40 first pitch. The Brewers enter play today. Best record in baseball, 29 games over 500.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch with the legendary Chris Berman in as our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. Jesse, as a purveyor of imitations, you know, you do a bang up John / Jay Gruden. You do Bane into your cup. How do you rate the John Anderson, Chris Berman?
I give it a 7.
That is Bane for the that was on again the other night.
The Dark Knight Rises. Of course. It's on all the time.
It is on all the time, and I watch it every time, Bane.
TBS. Sometimes the AMC network, if you get that.
I feel like you're going a little into your Connery.
It is Connery. It's
Connery into a cup.
Of course. That's what it's always been.
Welcome to the Rock,
I was
Bane.
wondering who would notice first.
Your body or your Connery imitation. Take that, John Henson. The 10 o'clock hour kicks off, and I really do want to talk about MarShawn Lloyd, because I've talked to him a number of times throughout his now 2+ seasons as he heads into his 3rd season, having played in exactly 1 football game that counted. He's played in more preseason games. He's got 3 of those under his belt, but only 1 game that actually counted, and he heads into his first family night where he'll actually get to participate. He's managed to get through the first week plus of training camp without incident, and that is an accomplishment for him. But, John, yesterday, Josh Jacobs not practicing. He's got a groin injury. It is minor. It's not expected to be long-term, but it does highlight where they're at the running back position, which is not great, Bob, or Chris, or John. And I just wonder, like, everybody's rooting for this kid, right? Like, and again, I tell you all the time, I'm not a fan, but occasionally I'll root for people. I don't root for the team, not my job. But I root for people, and I want MarShawn Lloyd to stay healthy and succeed and be able to show what he's capable of. Because I do think there is some specialness to his skill set. He is explosive. The Yeet Cannon, as they call him, is undeniably explosive. But if you have the track record that he has, John, are you not taking a risk as the Packers to have him, at least as of now, with Chris Brooks also on the non-football injury list with a hamstring injury of his own that he suffered after OTAs while he was working out? Are you not a little thin at the running back position at a place where your bell cow was hobbled for most of the second half of last season by an injury?
Yeah. I would say yes, you're thin. That's for sure. I also think it's a position where they think they probably can find guys more readily than, there are probably more backs to be had than there are. Well, I shouldn't say kickers are hard to actually come by. But I think it's a position you can find a plug-in guy easier than other spots. In his case, what's his price tag? Low. And you've come this far, right? So you gotta ride it out, right? I guess I don't see that part as like being foolish or why you still like at the cost is what the upside is way more than the down. You've seen the downside. They've made it through 2 years more of the playoffs without him. So I don't mind that part, but are you banking too much on him? I guess are you injury prone? And they say it's freak. This was just a freak thing, so he's not injury prone. Like I don't know. If you're not playing, you might be injury prone. If you're not playing that long, Right. He was all right in college when he came through. He was like at, USC and then South Carolina before that?
He's a big USC guy. Went to 2 different USCs. Yep.
Went to both of them, yeah. He went to the wrong Columbia first, right? Obviously, we're the correct one.
Sure, obviously.
But, yeah, I was surprised but they've shown that with backs, man. They haven't, it's that Jones ended up in a couple of contracts is probably more I think the abnormality, right? That's the outlier than just kind of cycling through dudes. So, although I think the position's finding a renewed value.
Yeah, sure seems like it.
I think I don't know if it's back to the day where we're going to, draft and draft guys at the top of the draft, but maybe you get an Adrian Peterson type. But I just think that you're totally thin. That's it, and you're exposed a little bit with Lynch because if one more time. He's also proved to be I don't know that he's the quickest healer, right? Once he goes down, it seems like, well, these are never, right. He's not a day-to-day kind of guy. But I think it's probably where they think we can do this. Guys are going to get cut at the end of the season or end of camp. There'll be backs that are out there that they can add if they want to supplement stuff. So while there's questions, if this can be said, I don't know, you can tell me I'm a dope. While there are questions, I don't think they're in a desperate spot because of it just yet.
It's just unusual that Chris Brooks isn't available right now. You know what you went through last year with the injury that Jacobs valiantly played through. There is still, while it doesn't feel like there's concern at 1265 Lombardi Avenue, there is still his legal situation hanging over him. And then you've got a guy who, look, it's not MarShawn Lloyd's fault that he had to have an emergency appendectomy his rookie year right when he was about to make his debut after his hamstring injury. It's not his fault. But the track record is what the track record is, and the problem is that if we played a game of Steinhaffel's employee or Associated Bank teller or Packers backup running back, I think it'd be a tough game to play because I'm guessing most people don't know much about Jaden Nixon. They don't even know that there's a second Nixon on the team. Damian Martinez or Pierre Strong Jr., those guys are little-known commodities. And, look, there's been plenty of little Sam Congados of the world have sprung up here and there. So Derek Holmes that the Packers picked up when they lost Dorsey Levens to a broken leg in '98. To John's point, you can find running backs, you hand them the ball and they run. But it just feels like there's more risk than there normally is at a position like that right now.
Is James Stark still hurt?
Well, he came back for that Super Bowl run.
Because he's another guy, right? He was going to be the one, man. He was it. We lucked into him. He went to Buffalo or something, I think, in college, right? Buffalo. He was going to be the guy, and he just never quite was able to take it. So, I think you can find guys. And I'm with you. I'm rooting for the kid, just if nothing else, right? You'd like to, give me a chance to fail.
Right.
Even that, you'd hate to be the whole unpotential of a guy who just never, ever got to play. And now he's down at LA Fitness shooting hoops. So I hope for that matter he gets a chance.
So I was torn yesterday being the helicopter parent that I am. And at the same time, completely understanding his exuberance. And also having one former gymnast and two current gymnasts all in my house who would tell you that once you've gotten your backflip, you have it. You're able to do it. It's like riding a bike. Once you learn how to do it, you can do it. And MarShawn Lloyd has done plenty of those, including at the Jordan Love Micah Parsons softball game, apparently.
Yeah.
He's been doing them since he was 6. But he caught a touchdown yesterday from Jordan Love. And let me be clear, Matt LaFleur did not go rip him a new one. He would set it with a smile, but after he caught the touchdown and crossed the goal line, he did a backflip. And his teammates loved it. His head coach, not quite as much. Hey, that was great. He's like, I think it was Gabe that used this line maybe. He's like Lou Brown in Major League when Willie Mays Hayes catches the basket catch. Great catch, Hayes. Don't ever blank and do it again. That was kind of Matt LaFleur's message about the backflip. So how do we view the backflip? Guy that's been injured a ton in 2 years, doing a backflip, probably not great. Totally understandable that you're feeling pretty good about yourself when something good happens, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to go full on. You'd hate to go out that way if that was the case. It's not exactly Barry Sanders flipping the ball back to the referee after scoring as well. The idea, act like you've been there before. Well, we haven't, so that doesn't really hold up.
Yes.
So, but I would think that would be. I think that's a message that, by the way, can be delivered quietly. Like, dude, I think we're smarter than that. You can whisper. It's not like, because you see that, right? You've seen that before. Guys jump off sides or they miss a snap cut, and then they just get ripped they just get up and down for that mental mistake. This one, I think, is so monumentally sort of a dumb move that you're just like, I think we can all agree that maybe that's not the best thing. Let's think about how many games you've missed, and while you stuck the landing, congratulations. I don't know that we want to go ahead and risk that again. You go ahead and maybe in February, if you want to score in that game, we'll allow you to do it. But for the most part, that to me seems to be unnecessary. And I don't think that's taking fun out of the game. I think that might just be prudent, that we should settle down. You have not earned that yet. I'm trying to think if there's anybody on the team right now that has enough clout to pull that off, right? Like Devontae Adams, who was here, he can do that. You can do that. I don't know that anybody else there has the right or the enough invested or has enough goodwill that they can do that. The flip side would be Devontae smart enough.
And the one guy who's also done it is also a guy that, given his track record, has also been told no more of that, and that would be Christian Watson, who has done that as a celebratory backflip or back tuck, and then been told the same thing. Hey, okay, that's great. Don't do it anymore. We're good.
Yeah. Well, listen, and when they had Simone Biles' husband on the team, was it Owens? Is that right?
Jonathan Owens. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, listen, we can find people that can do it better than you. How about you just take, we don't need, nobody's over there with cards. There's no Russian judge that's going to hack and rack you up with a 10. So why don't we just hold that off? I've seen they give away little placards and fans with, players' faces on it. I have yet to see them hand out ones with numbers so that we can gauge your backflip in practice.
Well, I'm excited for MarShawn Lloyd. I had a great conversation with Zaire Franklin, who's just I wish the Packers would have acquired him earlier in his career, just like Goody wishes he had, because he's been great for us. I really enjoy talking to him, and he has been one of MarShawn Lloyd's biggest hype men, even though he just got here in March. So we will see what happens tonight at Family Night. We'll talk a little bit more about John Anderson's extensive observations from the practice he attended, and we will get further into our Packers discussion as we roll on. I want to remind you, Potawatomi Casino Hotel has the biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend getaway, a date night, or celebrating something big. And while you can certainly get room service, you also have all kinds of restaurant options inside. From premium steaks at the Dream Dance Steakhouse to pizza, burritos, and quick bites at the Marketplace, Rockin' Brews, where I always get the salmon and the scalloped potatoes. And there's also a high-energy vibe. Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, food and drink specials happening all the time. Plus, if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More with John Anderson, our Cousin Sub of the Day. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've been telling you for a while now how much I love Pizza Hut, going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza for just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza, just $10. Take a look for yourself to find more deals on 2-liter soda, breadsticks, and much, much more. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to find more about this and a bunch of other great deals. The Throwback Value Menu, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We need to get to our Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions quarterfinal matchup between Tucker in Wausau and Tyler in Illinois. But first, quick question for you, John Anderson.
Listening.
How does it feel to return and host a game show after all these years?
It is... That was not a game show. That was unscripted reality programming.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So
is this. Zay Flowers got an extension. Jonathan Taylor got an extension. Jahmyr Gibbs got an extension. You get an extension, and you get an extension.
Yep.
Tucker Kraft does not have an extension yet. Are you in any way concerned as a Packers fan that has not yet occurred?
No. Prices go up all the time, right? So whoever signed, like that Jahmyr Gibbs just signed to be the highest paid running back in the league.
Yeah, Bijan Robinson held that title for like 8 hours, and then Jonathan Taylor had it for like 12 more hours. It's fleeting.
I'm happy for Jonathan Taylor that extension got done much quicker than the last time with a back injury. Remember how they drug that thing out and he was practically traded? They're like, oh, the Packers should get him. Glad that he had less drama this time. So that kind of thing. The prices I don't even look at. Like, it's just what it is, what the market will bear, and what it's come up to. And then, I don't know, name me the last time. I guess the Packers on occasion have gone out and about. They've been a little proactive in some of these guys, but coming off his leg, you gotta show me a little something. You know, doctors tell you it's great. Everybody says he looks great, but at some point I can see where they want to let that go just a bit. I feel like this is really Tausch's area, isn't it? With the knee injury and where he was, like this is where I really feel inadequate speaking for him in the number of ways this might be the most. But yeah, I don't think there's any question that they recognize the value of him. I don't think there's any question that setting his value won't be very difficult. Now it becomes, okay, how much up front? They got to, finagle that. But I don't think there's any spot in this where you envision him being in jeopardy of not being a Packer long term. Would I like that they could do like Pratt and Lair with the Brewers and you sign him for 8 years? Way back when he's a kid through arbitration eligible kind of things. But that would just be, and as having very little experience as an NFL GM, that would just be, it seemed to me as a really stupid idea that you would put his future with the team in jeopardy. But they get a lot of stuff with him too, right? There's a lot of ways they can keep him. So I don't know that there's, this has to be the most. Although I think right now, they got like $27 million sitting around. So wait and see. Or maybe
they've got the money.
We're cash poor. We don't have the money right now. We got to sell more game day pack and cheeses before we can pull up that kind of cash in bulk.
Yeah, we want to make the city think we can't pay taxes anymore. All right, let's play trivia. The Tournament of Champions comes up next. Again, the matchup, Tucker and Wausau taking on Tyler in Illinois. We can't play that, though, until we hear from Tausch again, telling us about Jones Dairy Farm. Stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Mark Tauscher here for Jones Dairy Farm in Fort Atkinson. Jones Dairy Farm has been family-owned and operated for 7 generations in Fort Atkinson, all the way back to 1889. And when you say Jones Dairy Farm, the first thing I think is sausage. They're best known for their all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe. It's available in pork, chicken, and turkey, and it's all made with fresh meat only, and it's all delicious. But you also can't think about Jones Dairy Farm without thinking bacon. It's life-changing. What makes it so special is that it's dry-aged for up to 3 weeks, which leads to intense flavor worth the wait. Jones Dairy Bacon is smoked with real cherry wood and hickory hardwood. Jones Dairy Farm also makes naturally smoked ham and Canadian bacon, Braunschweiger, and fully cooked meatballs. Visit the Jones Market, open Thursday through Saturday, just down the road from the Fireside Dinner Theater in Fort Atkinson. And find Jones products in grocery stores across Wisconsin. To make it easier, check the product finder on their website, jonesdairyfarm.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've spent a lifetime putting in the work. Right now, score one of the best deals of summer with the Iron Jock Basics Bundle. Get a premium t-shirt, a pair of performance boxers, and crew socks, all for just $57.50. Iron Jock gear is built for comfort with moisture-wicking fabric, 4-way stretch, and silver ion technology that helps you fight odor-causing bacteria. It's everyday performance at an unbeatable price. Don't wait. Head to ironjock.com and grab your basic bundle today.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Okay, that's all for today. I'm a teacher, and I've got a big job. I shape the mind of every student who walks through my classroom doors. But my department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Is this the turning point for Luke Fickell?
We want to be a tough, nasty, and disciplined football team. And the ones that want to be about that are the ones that are here.
Find Fickell's full interview with Wilde and Tausch, available on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We've got a bit of a, some might say, situation here. We are struggling to connect with one of our contestants. I almost said combatants, which is it's more like American Ninja. It's not even American Ninja Warrior. What was that? Those guys that used to beat each other up with a giant Q-tip and
American Gladiators.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yep.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna push back our Tournament of Champions matchup to the next segment. The combatant, who we have not yet gotten a hold of, is Tyler in Illinois. Is that correct?
That is correct. We are efforting on him. He did confirm this time in an email recently. And
well, things come up. So here's what we're going to do.
Right.
We're gonna talk a little bit with Green Bay native John Anderson about a guy named Drew Bibber. And when we're done talking about the Bibster and we go to break, if we come back and we still don't have Tyler for the next segment, then we will have our first forfeiture in the Wilde and Tausch Tournament of Champions.
A walkover? Like in Wimbledon, we're going to have a walkover?
It's like that time that Riley Yauk advanced to the finals of his jiu-jitsu tournament and faced one guy to get to the final.
If you know Tyler in Illinois, get in touch with him now. He needs to be present in roughly 6 minutes or it's over.
Given how we handle clock management on this program, no matter who the cousin sub is, he may have longer than 6 minutes, but let's track him down, shall we? All right. If you know who Drew Bibber is, congratulations. Because until he walked into the Packers locker room earlier this week, I was unfamiliar with his story. He is a native of Cedarburg, Wisconsin, which is a northern suburb-ish bedroom community of Milwaukee. Played at Purdue for 4 years. Played a 5th season at Minnesota. Tried out for the Packers 2 days before camp began. And they said, thank you for stopping by. Don't call us, we'll call you.
And they
did.
Lo
and behold, they had to call him. So he's trekking down I-43 like any one of us. Not in the same capacity that Tony Romo was going down I-43, but the same path. Yep. And Drew Bibber thought his NFL dream of playing for the team he rooted for was dashed after one workout. And then they had a rash of injuries at tight end, and now he's going to be participating on family night. Drove back up from Cedarburg. His mom suggested that he should take out of his closet at home his childhood Clay Matthews jersey with him. He said, no, Mom, I don't think that's a good idea. But she may bring it with her tonight at family night. Now, John, as you know, this is a big boy league. And there was a young, and we've all been the young person in interview sessions. My favorite one was, I think it was my first year covering the team. I had seen Derek Mays out at a local rib joint and got talking with him, and we walked out of the restaurant together, and of course he had a flashy car because that's what rookies buy in 1996, and his license plate said 3rd and long. And so when I was working on a story about him later in the season, and Brett Favre was at the podium, I asked him, Brett, he had lost, I think it was when they didn't have BB, or they'd lost BB and Brooks, and I think Antonio Freeman had broken his jaw or broken his forearm that year. And I said, is Derek Mays a guy that can really help you, especially on 3rd down where you guys are struggling right now? I mean, the guy's license plate says 3rd and long. To which Favre, without missing a beat, said, what, have you been stalking him? Which was embarrassing. No, I was at a rib joint. But so there was a young fella who asked both LaFleur and Goody about Drew Bibber and being a local guy. And, I mean, LaFleur didn't even bother. LaFleur didn't even feign an answer. He's like, you should ask Goody because he's the one who runs those workouts. But he's trying to do a little story on the local-ish kid. And I loved Goody because, Goody was a little more helpful to him, talking about how they needed help at tight end and everything else. But then my favorite line from him, the fact that he's from around here is great, but it doesn't really factor in. Yeah, we know it doesn't factor in. Not sure you need to tell him that.
But it does.
It certainly factors in for him and for us.
No, but it does, because given what his position is on the roster and his chances of making it is, he's not flying a guy in from Sacramento when the guy can come, so it does actually, proximity helps. Although, by the way, like I can bring my own jersey if we need to. Like, that's even better. Like, don't worry. Like, I can save the equipment guy trouble. I got my own jersey. Not going to be a problem when he come through.
So it's a cool story. I don't know how long it'll last. Maybe it'll last a while. I mean, the kid caught like 33 passes in 5 years in the Big Ten. So
Lambeau was a local. I mean, that's a good angle.
Right.
I like it.
And then they gave his number to Micah Parsons.
The Zoll brothers, they were great back in the day.
And that John Anderson guy wasn't from around here at all, but he became a local legend and became a sportscaster and gets confused with you often.
Down there from, what was he, Wauwatosa or somewhere like that, but
Yeah.
All decade linebacker, man. We got a lot of us good. He makes I'm better by association.
And you wear a big wrap around your forearm all the time just to make sure people get confused.
Yep.
All right.
Throws them.
Tyler, you are on notice. We are going to break here.
Folks, I have good news. We found him. I repeat, we found him.
Oh. We're ready.
I can't wait to hear exactly where he's been, but I'm glad he's here now. We will play our Tournament of Champions. We have avoided a potential forfeiture. Our Tournament of Champions presented by Events by Design is up next after I tell you about the great team at Walney Legal Group. And, I'm sure you hear people on other radio stations or other people doing testimonials going, "Oh, they're great. So tell them Joe Schmo sent you." But Ito and Kelly and the entire team at Walney Legal Group has helped me already, and I needed their help because I am one of those people that have looked at estate planning as an uncomfortable necessity, but didn't do the necessity part. I just felt uncomfortable about it. And I'm not alone. 84% of people do not have the appropriate current planning documents, but I am now in the process of actually having them. I've filled out some paperwork. I'm doing some other research on all of our many, many assets that we have just stockpiled here from this illustrious career of mine. But most importantly, I have to make sure I'm looking out for Paula and Maddie and Sid. And I'm doing a better job of that with the help of Walney Legal Group. Their motto is lawyering the way it should be, with clear communication, niche expertise, personal service, and a modern approach. They've won all kinds of awards, including Best Lawyers in America. But most importantly, they make the process smooth, easy, and as painless as possible. So whether it's wills, trusts, probate, elder care, or special needs planning, go to walneylegal.com to start the process. That's WALNY legal.com to start the conversation, no matter what phase you're in. The Tournament of Champions is on. Unbelievable. We've dodged the bullet. And we'll play presented by Events by Design next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Are people sleeping on Jordan Love?
Jordan Love needs to take that personal. He needs to understand that he has not done enough in order to turn up on other teams to get the respect that I believe he deserves.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. There's a bunch of energy and excitement around both the championship push for baseball in Milwaukee and the start of brand new football seasons in Green Bay and Madison. And speaking of energy, here's an idea. How would you like to start saving money while also helping save the planet? All you have to do, make the energy switch with Everlight Solar. Our family is one of many who made the switch to solar over the last several years. We had known for a while we wanted to make the switch, but at the time we weren't exactly sure where to even start. That's when we met with Everlight Solar, and they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. Super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at only $1,499, or get $500 off Beauty Rest Black King adjustable base sets. only at Steinhoffel's. Wisconsin football began its fall camp Thursday morning at Camp Randall Stadium, and here are my 3 big takeaways from day 1. Number 1, QB Colton Joseph has improved since spring. He was more consistent and showed big play potential, but also had a bad interception. Number 2, the offensive line play excelled. Joseph had time to throw, and the running backs had holes most of the day. And finally, number 3, Sean West, the punter. He could be a weapon, folks. He had multiple 70-yard boots.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Great baseball players are built in the offseason, and the work starts this fall. GRB Academy offers group training programs designed for serious players of all ages and skill levels. Build a stronger all-around game with position player training, develop your arm in the fall pitching program, or improve behind the plate with youth catching. Plus, take your swing to another level with offensive power development. Find the program that fits your goals and register today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com.
There's lots to see and do at the Dodge County Fair. Fun for me and you. There's good times in the air.
Get ready for Dodge County's biggest event of the summer, the Dodge County Fair, happening August 19th through the 23rd. 5 days of nonstop action with the Badger State Truck and Tractor Pulls, Demo Derby excitement, and grandstand music from Phil Vassar, Vincent Mason, and George Thorogood and the Destroyers. All free with paid fair admission. Bring the family for animal exhibits, interactive displays, and classic fair food, plus carnival rides, commercial vendors, and all the fair favorites you look forward to every year. Grab season tickets now, just $35 in advance, or pay daily at the gate. For tickets and the full schedule, visit DodgeCountyFairgrounds.com. The Dodge County Fair, August 19th through the 23rd.
So come on, everyone, to the Dodge County Fair.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Molly and Jim every weekday from 4 to 6 and follow ESPN Madison on X to vote in daily poll questions. Presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Normally we do a coin toss to decide, but instead, we're not punitive by nature here on the program, but we're going to hold a little bit against Tyler. Time now for the Tournament of Champions trivia presented by Events by Design.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffel's. Nostalgia?
It's the best sports show in the state. It has been since 2016. It will continue to be. It's not even remotely close.
Appreciation.
I'm happy that with our partners and with our fans, we're able to kind of celebrate this.
Fun.
It's clear that you guys have done an unbelievable job of appealing to fans, partners, not as much teammates.
And competition.
The greatest of all time.
16 champions enter, but only one will achieve true greatness. This is the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Events by Design. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Search online Events by Design. We design, you party.
All right, let's welcome in our contestants. First, the last shall be first, as Jesus told us. Let's welcome in Tyler in Illinois. Tyler, tell us why were you late and how should we punish you, buddy?
Yeah, morning, guys. I wish I had an awesome story like I was on the golf course or something awesome, but actually just starting a new job this year. I'm a new principal, and this beautiful new building I'm in, just not a lot of great cell service. So I was able to find a spot, and we're ready and raring to go. But I will accept any punishment. I get it. You guys are big sticklers on the clock. I know that. So
yes.
I'll be willing to accept anything.
Yes, we are very big sticklers. You are definitely a avid
Send him
listener
to the principal's office. Oh, wait, that's where he is.
Yeah, by the way, I mean, it's great that you're a principal and you have to mete out punishments. I could never do that job. I know principal, hey, it ends in pal. The principal is your pal. So I know you'll be great in your new gig. The punishment will not be too severe. I can guarantee you that. Let's welcome in our other contestant. It is Tucker in Wausau. Tucker, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was sending emails about how I'm going to be late to my 11 o'clock meeting, but that's all right.
Oh, snap.
Rivalry brewing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Cheerio. All right, so Tyler, we're sorry to or Tucker, we're sorry to interrupt your actual job. You can get your revenge by beating Tyler. Here's the small punishment we're going to give Tyler. Instead of flipping a coin, we're going to punish him for being late simply by giving you the choice. Do you want my questions or do you want John's questions? And do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
Okay. I will take... Yeah, I get a lot of options here. I'll take John's questions, and I would like to go second.
All right. So Tucker will do John's questions, and he will go second. That means Principal Tyler. Here we go with question number 1 for you and me. The category is in sports current events. Sports current events. Question number 1 is this. Located adjacent to Camp Randall Stadium, what is the name of the new multi-million-dollar practice facility the Wisconsin Badgers football team, but not the track team, is using for the first time during fall camp this season? Is it the Kellner Family Athletic Center, the Alvarez Family Training Facility, or the Tauscher Family Football Center?
Keller.
1 for 1 for Tyler. John and Tucker, question number 1 for you.
I was bemoaning the loss of the shell, so I was just pouring a little out for my homies back there when that went by. I feel bad for the track team down there. Although we love the new coach, Chris Zielinski, from Stevens Point. Anyway, we move forward. All right, here we go. The question is from U.S. presidents is your category. Which man became the 17th president of the United States after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln?
Andrew Johnson.
Andrew Johnson. Wow. We didn't even get to throw out Andrew Vaughn because I thought maybe, you never know. You get enough Brewer
He's our
fans
king, not our president. Yeah.
6 separate cheer this that.
College.
I'm glad we're teaching civics still in school.
Wow, impressive, Tucker. Well, Tucker just wants to get done so he can get to his 11 o'clock meeting. All right, question 2, Tyler, is this. In Packers trivia, how many touchdown passes did Jordan Love throw in 2025 in the regular season? Regular season touchdown passes last year for Jordan Love. Is it 23, 26, or 29?
23.
Indeed it was. Needs to get that number up to give up more cleats for his charity, Love for Cleats. All right. John, question 2 for you and Tucker.
Is it too early to think we might have to go to penalty kicks? I don't know. Question 2 is Badgers trivia, which is different than, I guess, than we had with
sports current events.
Sports current events. The Wisconsin Badgers finished the 2025 season with an offense ranked 135th out of the 136 FBS college football teams. Which was the only team with an offense more putrid than the Badgers? Delaware, God bless the Fighting Blue Hens. Missouri State, which I refuse to acknowledge by that name, that is Southwest Missouri State, the Bears down there in Springfield. Or the pride of Amherst, UMass. Delaware, Missouri State, or UMass?
All right.
Jeez Louise.
This has been mentioned on the show recently, which is why it's question 2.
Well, not everyone listens every day, Jesse.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah,
Wow.
you tell him. He's got a job and stuff.
All right. How long we give him? A minute?
I'm gonna go UMass.
A rabbit out of a hat!
It is indeed the Minutemen.
Wow, and we're even. The Indians have tied it at 2 on a 2-run blast by Serrano. All right, here we go. Question 3, Tyler. In the category of song lyrics, the question is this. Whether you prefer the Simon and Garfunkel version or the Disturbed version, complete these lyrics to Sound of Silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to. Is it walk with you again? Is it sulk with you again? Or is it talk with you again?
Well, it's so funny because my wife makes fun of me because I'm awful with song lyrics, but I do think this one is talk to you again.
Oh, the pressure.
Wow.
Perfect for tardy Tyler, and now Tucker with a chance to match.
I would just tell you this. If we're going to do a game, this is where we take a break right now. This is where we build the drama. We take a break. But
we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Tucker, you're going to miss your 11:30 also.
Thank you, Chuck Willery. Here we go. Wisconsin geography. Madison, Wisconsin is located farther north than which of these other U.S. state capital cities? Congratulations, correct use of farther. Salem, Oregon, Cheyenne, Wyoming, or Pierre, South Dakota?
So Madison is more north than one of those. I just want to make sure I'm correctly.
I'm not going to lie to you, Tucker. These are the moments when Jesse puts together questions, and I get very nervous that we're on the cusp of controversy.
Farther north, Salem, Oregon. Madison is farther north than Salem, Oregon, Cheyenne, Wyoming, Pierre, South Dakota. Or Tallahassee, right? So it is farther north than Tallahassee.
No.
Oh, my God.
We can confirm that one.
That's the example we're using. Farther north. Just saying that it's, that's the example that it is farther north.
Yeah. It is farther north than Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Hey!
All right. So now, Jesse.
Ringers.
What happens now as we have a deadlock at 3 apiece?
Congratulations to both. For the first time in a long time, we go to our tiebreaker.
Penalty kicks.
And now the coin does come into play. It's very controversial, our overtime rules in Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament Champions.
You thought Tausch hated the NFL's overtime. This is even
the
worse.
old school NFL.
Yep, there's a coin toss. The winner of the coin toss will choose whether they want to play or pass on the tiebreaker question. And then if the person who plays gets it right, they move on to the semifinals. If they get it wrong, they're out, and their opponent is the winner. NFL Draft 2025 will be Tucker in Wausau. Packers Give Back will be Tyler in Illinois. Good toss by me.
If you do say so yourself.
NFL Draft. Tucker in Wausau.
All right.
Gets the choice.
So quick question, because, when you have the coin toss for overtime, there are factors that play in, right? I want to go this direction because of the wind or whatever it might be. Does the winner of the coin toss get to know what the category is before they decide?
Okay, so we have not done that yet. However, we have the same 7 categories every time. So I will say that the category is Wilde and Tausch history.
All right,
with
Tucker?
our 10th anniversary taking place tomorrow. So it is never a secret, so we will share that from now on.
Tucker, do you want to play and hold your own fate in your hands, or do you want to pass and give Tyler the chance to either win or go home?
I'm going to play. I got to hold my own fate.
Okay, I agree. Except when you're playing Name That Tune against Tausch, when the play is definitely...
Yeah, you passed on everything. What do you mean you
screw
agree?
everything up? I did not. I played it once. That was enough. All right. Who's asking this tie-breaking question?
You are, Mr. Wilde.
Okay. The tiebreaker question in the category of Wilde and Tausch history is this. Tucker. I feel like we need the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music in the background. The tension is building. What was the occupation of special guest contributor Darcy Luoma when she appeared, quite a bit actually, on Wilde and Tausch? Was Darcy the director of the Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary? Was she a life coach and motivational speaker? Or was she a New York Times best-selling author?
I feel like this was in a period of Wilde and Tausch where I had way too many morning meetings at one of my jobs.
She was not on today.
Wow. Yeah, thanks, Jesse. That's super helpful. Narrowed it down. I'm going to go with B.
She is indeed a life coach and motivational speaker who helped us through the pandemic and our loneliness. We did have the director of the Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary helping Jesse with his baby turtles in his backyard. And I think it was Ian O'Connor who was the best-selling author who came on to talk about how he screwed up a section of his book in which I get blamed for something that I didn't do in the Aaron Rodgers book. Nevertheless, you did not screw up, Tucker. You have advanced to the semifinals. I will get back to you in a second.
Okay.
Tyler, we appreciate you're such a good dude. We look forward to your principal tenure at your new school. We enjoyed giving you a hard time for being late, but you are helping children become better versions of themselves, and that is a noble pursuit. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Always fun. We'll be listening the rest of the way. I guess I got to cheer Tucker on and to say I got beat by the best. So good luck, Tucker, the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
Tyler's a good dude. We appreciate him. And Tucker, you pulled it off, man. I'm going to say this, by the way, and this is no slight on Tyler and his tardiness or his effort getting 3 right, but you had a much tougher draw, I thought. There were some tough questions in there, and you advanced. Yeah. You earned your berth in the semis. Thanks for playing. Good luck in the semifinals. Good luck. And thanks for your loyalty to the show, buddy.
one quick thing. I'm super happy I had John Anderson as my partner. A year ago today, he showed up in the press box at the Woodchuck Stadium. I'm the PA guy there. It was super cool to everyone there. Gave him a shout out during the game and everything. So it was really cool to, 1 year later, to have him be asking my questions here on the Trivia Tournament of Champions. So thanks for making that appearance. I think everyone thought you were Matt Clark's dad at the time. I was the only one that knew who you were. So,
well, listen, good luck, and I hope that half game for the rain-shortened game that the Lakeshore Chinooks got in don't cost you as you chase that second half title.
I know. We lost 2 games because of the smoke up in Thunder Bay. We lost one to the Rapids. So, yeah, hopefully they can sweep this weekend, and they're in the playoffs next week.
Tucker, I'm not here to judge, but don't you have a meeting to get to?
I'm already way late, so I might as well. What's another 5 minutes?
At least you don't have to. At least he gets to show up and say he won. Imagine if he shows up 13 minutes later, then I didn't even win.
Good point, Jesse. Tucker, I'm glad you got to do John's questions. I'm glad you passed through to the semifinals. Now get to your meeting, buddy. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Bye.
Now that was fun. What a fun round of Wilde and Tausch Tournament of Champions trivia presented by Events by Design, and we're so appreciative of Events by Design. They're helping us with our big event. They're the best at what they do. And picture this. Imagine hosting an event where you don't have to check your phone every 5 minutes or put out a single fire. The curated music, the immersive lighting, the welcoming atmosphere, everything comes together seamlessly. The guests are smiling, the conversations are flowing, and you're not worried about what's happening behind the scenes. Events by Design will handle the planning, the production, and every detail that will make your next event unforgettable, so you can focus on your guests instead of a to-do list. So get started today. Search online, Events by Design. Just search Events by Design in your search engine. They design, you party. We get to the 11 o'clock hour, just a smidge late. We'll do that in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tosher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. It's Green Bay Packers Family Night up in Titletown. The Packers moving practice inside of Lambeau Field for fans to come and attend tonight. Plus, there's a fireworks show after everything gets done. Plenty of storylines to keep an eye on, including the kicker situation, some struggles in the first week and a half of practice for rookie Trey Smack. Also, the running back depth. Josh Jacobs sitting out of practice yesterday with a minor groin injury. MarShawn Lloyd scored a touchdown in yesterday's practice, did a backflip. Matt LaFleur said, hey, maybe don't do that. Plenty more to keep an eye on as Family Night rolls into Lambeau Field tonight. We'll talk about it more coming up on Wilde and Tausch with John Anderson and is the cousin sub of the day for Tausch on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to noon on the ESPN Wisconsin app and on our ESPN Wisconsin stations, the Wilde and Tausch 10th anniversary special presented by Steinhoffels, looking back on the last 10 years of the show. 9 a.m. to noon tomorrow on ESPN Wisconsin. Wilde and Tausch continues now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. God, we're not going to keep that after the anniversary special, are we?
You bet we are.
I don't want to listen to that.
It's so funny. It's so good.
God, that was bad. And Matt and I are great now. But, man, the first time we're having the guy on the show, and that was just embarrassing. Did you ever have any of those moments during your illustrious Sports Center career where you felt like a complete idiot? No.
Not that I felt like a complete idiot. I had days, encounters that some went better than others. But nothing, and I made mistakes where I'm like, boy, I wish I hadn't have said that. Usually I apologized if that was the case, but nothing tragic. Which is good. Which I wouldn't think that was either. But yeah, I don't have anything.
It wasn't tragic. It was just pathetic. It was awful.
I don't have anything they put on a loop, which is always nice. That's always the key.
Yeah, if I had to put together one of those resume reels, I would not include it. That's for sure. But nevertheless,
it was an iconic moment of Wilde and Tausch history, though. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, iconic. It's not the word I would use.
You're going to keep going, right? You're not like Barry Sanders, right? Your desire to leave the game is not stronger than your desire to stay in it, is it?
I have said this before. I was talking to Larry McCarron the other day. My first season was the 1996 season. I started in October, so if we use the NFL's accrued seasons program, that counts as a first season. I got the call up in early October. So this is season number 31. I need to eat healthier, but I would like to make it to 50 seasons. That's my goal. So I would be 73 to do that. Larry's older than that. Obviously, Larry played for the team, which I would not have done. But look, I'm really lucky to do what I do. Now I'm excited to potentially get the opportunity to teach as well. I've got 2 people that are going to be in college soon, and that's going to cost some money. I'm not motivated by money. I love what I do. And whoever that first wise person was that said, find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life, was not entirely accurate, because there are days that in every job that suck. But it's mostly true. And so I'm excited about our 10th anniversary. I hope Tausch gives us another 10 years. If he doesn't, I plan on still being here. And whoever comes up next, whether that's Brian Bulaga or Evan Williams when he retires or whoever it might be, we'll be thrilled to keep doing it, because we're really lucky that we get to do what we do. I do want to ask a...
What if Roger said he'd do it with you?
I plead the fifth.
So then you're looking at 2046. I need to make a note. Call Wilde, congratulate 50 years. Make sure you take now mandatory disbursements in your IRA.
I'm not a great financial planner, so yes, maybe you might want to make that call a little bit earlier than that. Actually, I could probably use that help. But you said something earlier that, in all seriousness, I want to just circle back to before we get to our Name That Year with Sendix, which is going to be hard for you since it's not like you were listening to the show while you were still doing Sports Centers. But you made a comment about Matt LaFleur with the whistle, and how you thought maybe that wouldn't be the case. And as Tausch loves to point out, on my drive back from Chicago after that playoff game, there's a clip where I got clipped without, in my opinion, the requisite context that plays where I say I don't know how, I don't see him being able to walk back into that locker room after the way they lost that game. But the other part of that was we didn't know what Ed policy was. And we thought, at least I did, new presidents, not the guy that hired you, has been around the building for 14 years. I mean, he'd been with the Packers longer than Matt had been. He was part of the hiring process, but he certainly didn't make the call. And I thought that maybe someone in that role might want to put their stamp on it and hire their own guy. And maybe even hire their own guy as GM, make a change there, and let him, because I do know that Ed has said on multiple occasions that he prefers the structure that used to be in place with Wolf and Holmgren or Ted Thompson and Mike McCarthy. So that was what I prefaced that by saying, and it turned out, as we learned later, that Ed Policy had made his mind up before that game was even played. As the season was going off the rails with all the injuries and losing all their games after Micah Parsons went down. So what does Matt LaFleur, for you as a Packers fan, John Anderson, what has to happen this season for you to feel better about this team and better about Matt LaFleur as its coach?
It's funny because I sat there on Monday and I said, this is great. Wow, August, this is really exciting. I don't think any judgment of Matt LaFleur this season comes until January, no matter what he does. And I think that's the whole thing for him. And it's not to me, again, I maybe not am 30,000 feet like you say, but I also don't think I'm at sea level when I look at this because of my Green Bay background. But I think my business, being in the business world, gives me, a elevation somewhere in between there. Because while the Bear thing was, apocalyptic with that, the other playoff exits have been equally ugly, I think. The Eagles, when they won the championship, that was a better team, okay? So I think they were overmatched with the draw there. But you can't keep just rolling in at the 7th seed. The end of the 49er game after the one playoff win we had, and I think Matt's living on that, and Jordan Love's kind of living on that still. But the 49er loss then after that, right?
Yep.
Terrible. Who was the next one after that? But 3 of the 4 exits have been horrific. And so, good. I hope you win them all. But I really don't think he can survive even getting through the 7th seed again. I think they have to be better than that. If they do 7th seed and don't win a playoff game, that's tough. You win 7th seed, you win a playoff game now.
Yep.
To gas the guy there. But I don't think any real judgment on him from anybody comes from until January. I think that's his thing. He's playing to, you felt like that, right? You get teams that were really good for a while and they slip up during the season and you're like, well, those guys are clearly like, just get us to January. And every once in a while, so they have an off weekend. But I think that's him. Like, we got to just fast forward to January. And if they're not in the playoffs, then they've really got to, I think, have an issue.
Yeah, as Jim points out in the ESPN Madison YouTube chat, Ed Policy, I mean, he said it to me too, he was surprised that people thought he was going to make a change. And again, the way they lost the game, I'm surprised that he was surprised. But he had made up his mind. And that's, again, he's the president. Whether that's the right decision or a wrong decision, we're going to find out as we move forward. But
sorry, I shouldn't jump in.
Go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
Part of that is, to me, too, because then people go, there were injuries. Okay, well, they dealt with injuries while they built a halftime lead of 4 touchdowns. So somehow they are instances that they can manage to do fine despite the injuries. And I look at that game, and I look at the Denver game when, right, that's the one where Parsons got hurt?
Yep, and Zach Bacco Buwele got hurt too.
There's yes. Yeah, I want to know if Bacco Buwele Watson won 6 British Opens. And in both those cases, that team's met with adversity. Here's Parsons goes out, and in this case, the lead. And in both cases, my head coach could not stop that team from spiraling out of control. And more than X's and O's and everything else, like, that's your job. You got coordinators up there who are going to call plays and defenses. Like, in both those cases, they were okay in that Broncos game, and the team just lost its mind, right? When completely, like, wow, you guys look like a Pop Warner team of 9-year-olds or whatever age it is that don't know which way to run. And when that thing started to get a little bit sideways, just a little, in Chicago, and even the week before. And like, as a head coach, like, what are you if you're not helping control just the whole mood, atmosphere of your team? National Merchandising Corporation, Babe Ruth champions.
The little leaguers right there, that's them.
Is he? Oh, I thought he was nodding in agreement, and I'm thank goodness. So those kind of things disturb me, And he did well, given a week to prepare, right? He did well with here comes the backup quarterback, Malik Willis. Okay, but how about just in the moment? Because there's a lot of thing in the moment, and in the moment has not been good. I go back and say, name me a game in the last 2 years where that team played great for 60 minutes.
I don't think there is.
They've had great quarters. They've had some good halves. I don't know that they've played a game that was 3 quarters where they've been sort of shipped ashore. And I get it's hard to win the NFL, blah, blah, blah. But I just show me where they put together 4 great quarters that didn't have you go, oh, here we go again, in terms of the CPR kind of finish they have with them. So it's not just that one playoff loss. I think there's a couple of them, and then there's a couple indications within the season where, okay, dude, get control of your team. That's your job, right, is to run that more than figuring out if you're going to run, trips right or, put a little sugar in the A gap.
You're not wrong, and I definitely think that it's all about January. There's no two ways about that. All right, we need to get to name that year served up by Sendix. Before we can do that, we need to hear Tausch on tape telling us about Hard Rock Casino Rockford. More Wilde and Tausch with John Anderson as our cousin sub of the day. Stick around.
Mark Tauscher here for Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. And how's this for a little adventure? If you're not able to make it up to Green Bay for the college football opener, head down to Hard Rock Casino Rockford on Sunday, September 6th. At 9 p.m. on the Sunday night of Labor Day weekend, one lucky winner will receive a $45,000 credit, valid towards the purchase of any eligible new or pre-owned RV. That's right, play now using your Unity card and earn entries through September 6th, and you could win a $45,000 credit for a new or used RV. Check out the full rules at casino.hardrock.com. Play, dine, shop, and enjoy live shows and the sportsbook. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and whether you're chilling in the stands, cheering on your favorite baseball team in the summer, or keeping those mountains blue in the bleachers as the snow flies at a football game this winter, there's nothing better than watching your favorite team while enjoying an ice-cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. It's when you know it's chilled to perfection, which, besides the cold, refreshing taste, it's my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweta. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweta metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweta Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Dear Brewers fans, where do you find the best views and the most electrifying baseball action American Family Field has to offer? The answer is Toyota territory, located in right field. This Grand Slam experience covers all bases and gives fans in the stands an exclusive live look at our home run hitter, the Toyota 4Runner. Add Toyota to your lineup today. Now batting, Toyota.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Okay, that's all for today. I'm a teacher, and I've got a big job. I shape the mind of every student who walks through my classroom doors. But my department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Say don't want nothing, but you look better on me. You look better on me. Let me show you something, so you don't leave you lonely. You won't leave you lonely.
Tell me, baby, who better for you? Writing for a page, letters for you. She can't top all the things I do. Chasing your love, boy, I'm in pursuit.
Well, John, this is what we call Free Music 8.
Okay.
And we're playing a little more than we want to because obviously Mr. Wilde is not here.
That's like when we used to pull NFL clips that you went behind highlights, and the highlight was good. We're like, hey, we need NFL films, whatever it is, clip to go through. So I love it.
Jason, John got the full taste of Free Music 8 coming into the segment. Where the heck were you?
Sorry, we've got a few things going on here. Sorry to keep you waiting.
This was my. I was quietly going to just take over the whole show. This is my thing. It starts with 3 hours.
That would be great. That'd be great. I got a lot going on today.
Didn't make it to 10 years by 30 minutes. Couldn't quite get to it.
Just shy.
Did you name the first year already for me?
We did not, but if you were here, Jason, I would have asked, would you like to tell everyone about Sendix as we get ready to play Name That Year?
I would love to tell you about Sendix because this segment is brought to you by Sendix, your trusted local grocer for the past 100 years. Fresh hatch chili peppers have officially arrived, just like I've just officially arrived on the program again, at Sendix for their short, highly anticipated season, which is also John Anderson's appearance on this show. Short and highly anticipated. Grown exclusively in New Mexico's Mesilla Valley, hatch peppers are known for their bold, fresh flavor, which is also true about our show. Experience them at one of Sendix's live hatch pepper roasting events happening this weekend. Watch fresh peppers roast in specially designed tumble roasters, then take home freshly roasted hatch peppers to add incredible flavor to your tacos, burritos, burgers, eggs, and more. Visit Sendix.com for the hatch pepper roasting schedule and experience one of summer's favorite traditions at Sendix. Now you wonder why I didn't show up for the start of this segment. Time now to Name That Year, served up by Sendix.
It's not a question of who.
Wilde and Tausch is my favorite show. This is called Wilde too.
Or what.
If you want to do this, it's great, but you're not getting any younger.
The question is, when?
Do I want Justin Fields to be replaced right now? I'm not sure. I could still probably develop him.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhoffels. And it's time to play Name That Year, served up by Sendix Food Markets.
Those guys have been around here a long time.
Sendix, celebrating 10 years of Wilde and Tausch and 100 years as your trusted local grocer since 1926.
10th anniversary show tomorrow, 9 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin. Today's theme for Name That Year served up by Sendix. 3 of the clips that you will hear as part of our 10th anniversary special tomorrow. We'll let John Anderson go first on all 3 of these since he's, not regularly on the show, so he's got no idea when these might have happened.
And I was channeling my inner Tyler and showing up late.
That too. All right. So here, first, we have Matt LaFleur appearing on Wilde and Tausch.
The first time I got to sit down with those guys, and Goody in particular, he's just a genuine guy, and you can see it, and the conversation was easy. Certainly, I did my research and vetted guys that are close to him, and they speak the world of him. And so that was evident the first time I sat down with him. Everybody thinks the world of his ability to evaluate players, and I'm looking forward to continuing our relationship and our partnership, because you just, at the end of the day, you want to work with good people, and it's evident that he is one of those guys.
John, in which year from 2016 to 2026 do you think Matt LaFleur joined Wilde and Tausch and said that?
I'm trying to think. Was he... Are he and Goody exactly aligned? So you think, we got there in 2019, so it'd be 2019, but it has to be after that. No, 2019. I'm going to say 2019.
Jason?
Goody became the GM in 2018. Matt LaFleur came on our show as the new head coach in 2019. And I butchered the speed round with him. Well done. He's also joined us multiple times since, but the context clues would tell you that he was the new guy on the job. Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Next up, Name That Year served up by Sendix. Here's a voice I know you'll remember.
I think back to my rookie year and learning to play dominoes with Walt Williams. Like when there was breaks, we played, cards or dominoes or chess one year. You're always doing something, interacting with your teammates. Now, there's a break and everybody's sitting in their locker looking at their phone. So it's a different type of interaction, and you have to be a little bit more intentional about starting conversations with guys and getting to know them. And you have to break down the initial barriers of them looking at you like you are the older guy and this person they watched on TV, and let them get to know you a little bit, and then they start to open up slowly from there.
Good insight from Aaron Rodgers. Not controversial at all when he joined us on Wilde and Tausch. When was that, John Anderson?
Yeah, I want to know when he stopped joining Wilde and Tausch, or when
2020.
Stopped it out.
And more annoyingly, he stopped joining while also committing to join and then not joining after he said he would, which I was not a fan of.
He was researching ivermectin, so a lot of times you don't have time when you're doing your own research on the internet.
He's a complicated fella.
About drugs for the.
I believe what our youngest Sydney would say you're doing to me right now is rage baiting me. So I'm just going to let you.
The question was, what year did Aaron Rodgers say that with us, John?
I don't know. I'm gonna say that he was nice. No, he's the older guy. 2018, right when there was LaFleur. I'm gonna go with before LaFleur came. He was chatting. I have no idea.
Jason?
I don't think that was from his 2016 appearance as the first guest, but maybe it was. I'm going to say 2019 when he's getting much older later in his career.
That was from the very first episode of Wilde and Tausch, August 8th, 2016.
He wasn't even that old then.
He was talking about being the old guy in the locker room, and he's playing 10 years later.
Right. Get out.
He's playing dominoes and checkers like he's out in front of the Cracker Barrel with them. Sitting in a Adirondack chair or something, rocking away.
That is nice. I like those chairs. Jesse, is there one more of these?
Oh, you bet there is. John, I don't know if you've ever heard of musical headlines on Wilde and Tausch.
Oh, dear God.
One of our entire segments tomorrow on our anniversary special will be dedicated to the headlines and the evolution of them over the years. When did Tausch come on the airwaves and perform this?
Receiver's palms are sweaty. D-Box knees weak. Rodgers' arm is heavy. LaFleur is spitting up his mom's spaghetti. There's vomit on his sweater already. Team's nervous. On the surface, the squad looks calm and ready. Rodgers ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting that Devontae's gone. And the whole crowd goes so loud, but he opens his mouth and Aaron Jones' name won't come out. The pack is choking how? All the fans are joking now. Playoff clock runs out. Time's up for Barry. Pow! Goot lost himself in the moment. The fans will never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to go. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime to go to a Super Bowl.
That's under the category of things you can't unhear. But judging by the when he was spitting bars about Devontae Adams not being there and Aaron Jones, so that's how about 2024-ish?
I'm gonna say that is earlier than that, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna say that is 2023. 2023.
Devontae is gone.
You outbid me by an hour. Well, you outbid me by $1.
Well, Devontae's last year is 21, so it's either 2022 or 2023.
Rodgers was still throwing. D-Bach.
Oh, it's 2020.
Yeah, 2022. Rodgers' final season when the Packers went to Detroit in the middle of the year. They lost a tough one. That was kind of the turning point for the Lions to become a good team. And then, of course, the following year was when we had musical headlines every week when Jordan Love took over as the Packers starting quarterback, which you'll hear all about tomorrow on our 10th anniversary, and then presented by Steinhoffels.
Then we did those great movies. That was great. I'm supposed to say that those were great. Just like MoMA is great, here's Tausch telling us about MoMA.
Mark Tauscher here, excited to tell you about my friends at MoMA. If you've been putting up with pain in your knee, shoulder, back, neck, don't just tough it out. Believe me, after all those years playing football, I know a thing or two about aches and pains. That's why I've partnered up with MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance. MoMA brings together trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, making it easier to find the right specialist and the right treatment for you. Whether you need care in one of their offices, the Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, which is what I've been using, Smart Scan, or Mosh, their experienced team is focused on helping you feel better and get back to living your life. certainly helped me overcome some pretty bad knee pain thanks to the treatment at OrthoLaser that I've received throughout the summer. MoMA can get you back to doing what you love. Man, I highly recommend seeing their team, as I personally have seen what the right care can do. Call or walk in or learn more at MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tosher here for Olson Toon. Well, first impressions matter, and your outdoor space is often the first thing people see. And since 1997, Olson Toon has been helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain outdoor spaces. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and year-round maintenance, they're your team for everything outdoors. Ready to elevate your property? Contact Olson Toon today and learn more at olsontoon.com. Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon difference.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason, and Silverado keeps its rhythm. You feel it in the TurboMax engine with best-in-class standard torque, an available Z71 off-road package that keeps you rolling when the road turns rough, and the most functional truck bed with best-in-class cargo space. They're trucks that work as hard as you do, so you can do more of what you love without missing a beat.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Based on latest competitive information, excludes other GM vehicles.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Ready for some fun in the sun this season? Let's get housed. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Hey parents, looking for the perfect night out with the whole fam? Cheer on Madison's professional soccer team, Forward Madison FC, with the Forward Madison Family Special, presented by Madison Gas and Electric. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf for just $22 per pack. Catch Madison's only professional soccer team in action at Breeze Stevens Field. Visit ForwardMadisonFC.com to buy yours today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com.
It happens without warning. And when it's a truck crash, everything changes. Call Gruber Law Offices and let us protect your rights. We've got the knowledge, skills, and resources to win. One call, that's all.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tosher here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Did the Brewers do enough at the trade deadline?
We certainly talked about doing some irresponsible stuff as well. We tried to thread the needle. Hopefully we accomplished that.
React with us right here on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Madison's home of the Brewers.
All right, our time management has been poor, so instead of Whoa Nelly, Jesse will simply pick this week's trivia winner.
I will out of the cheese fry helmet. John, have you ever seen me do this before? I don't know if you filled in on a Friday. We got this cheese fry helmet from what was Miller Park, is now American Family Field. They don't serve cheese fries in this anymore, but it does serve a purpose for our poker chips with our numbers on them that don't match the days. It doesn't make any sense. Congratulations to Bill in New Berlin. He played geography trivia on Wednesday. He had the fewest entries of anybody this week. All you need is one. Nicely done, Bill.
That is awesome. Good for him. Again, tonight we'll have family night, and you'll be able to see, if you're there, signage throughout the building for Associated Bank, because they're the bank of the Packers. But they've got Badgers checking and they've got Brewers checking. And if you haven't signed up for Brewers checking to take care of all the great bonuses you get with it, now's the time to do it. So you can come in through the Associated Bank gate at AmFam Field and tailgate a little longer. So you can save some money at the Brewers team store, or for your registration for the Racing Sausages 5K and 10K, or the Brewers Baseball Academy, or save on your tickets. You get all that and more with Associated Bank. Go to associatedbank.com/Brewers to find out more. We'll wrap things up with John Anderson and get to his old SportsCenter teammate Rich Eisen late. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The best record in baseball.
Boy! Baseball! Wild Bill! A 3-run shot, and the Brewers walk off the Marlins!
This is Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and even though I'm off the show today, it's family night in Green Bay. That's as good a reason as I can think of to celebrate Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Stick around to hear some of the best feel-good stories of the week coming up to close out today's show. Well, I am not spending my time off painting my house because our family trusted Hallman Lindsay's great team of pro painters. Super easy to get in touch with, and they do a tremendous job. All you have to do is stop into any Madison area Hallman Lindsay location, ask a member of the team, and they'll help get you in touch with the best pro for your job. From hot summer days to brisk winter nights, Hallman Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why we can say Hallman Lindsay truly is Wisconsin's best paint. Hallman Lindsay, great paint, great people, and check them out at hallmanlindsay.com. Stick around for a family night Feel Good Friday, coming up to close out today's show, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. Wisconsin football began its fall camp Thursday morning at Camp Randall Stadium. And here are my 3 big takeaways from day 1. Number 1, QB Colton Joseph has improved since spring. He was more consistent and showed big play potential, but also had a bad interception. Number 2, the offensive line play excelled. Joseph had time to throw, and the running backs had holes most of the day. And finally, number 3, Sean West, the punter. He could be a weapon, folks. He had multiple 70-yard boots.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Every kid deserves a chance to have fun, and that's what Paul's Party is all about. Paul's Party is a Madison area nonprofit helping kids with physical disabilities experience the joy of sports. They fund expensive recreational equipment and activities like sled hockey gear, chairs for track, tennis and basketball, and much more, so more kids can enjoy the fun. Because at Paul's Party, sports are for everyone. Learn more or make a donation today at paulsparty.org. That's paulsparty.org.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. It's Feel Good Friday for family night. And it's feel good that we had so many great cousin subs, except for all the shifts that Jesse had while Tausch was out. John Anderson, any parting words until the next time I see you, Professor?
What's today, Friday? So we're a couple of days till Miz pitches again. So that's
Sunday.
Great. Yeah. Don't be fooled by what you see on Family Night. I don't know that we can determine how far they'll go in the playoffs by watching tonight's action when they come.
It's all
through.
about January, as John told us.
Yep, that's always just don't get too don't go crazy when that happens. It's good to know that I have 19 more years or 20 more years to possibly guest appear with you on this, since you're going to go all the way and make it 50. So I feel good about my long-term employment on a substitute basis. And then I didn't get a chance to brag when we almost had the walkover in the Tournament of Champions. I was going to tell the story of how I once won I won 2 track meets in college, and one of them I was the only guy. So,
you and Riley Yauk winning his jiu-jitsu tournaments.
John, a lot of things to be proud of.
John will still be part, hopefully, I don't know, they're still negotiating, of Green Bay game day, so we love having him as part of our team. He's one of the GOATs. That's it for us this week. We'll be back on Monday, and so will Tausch.
Or tomorrow.
Thanks for coming along for the
Saturday morning, tomorrow, 9 to noon.
Jesse, I'm just trying to get the show over with. Bye!
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple